right, so you don't want to take a new approach. You're rejecting a new approach. Outside looking in, somebody could want you to take a new approach. Apologize, now that's my vacuum. My vacuum is doing multitasking. Okay, let's see. So, new approach in reverse. Apologize, y'all, if I'm a little disheveled. I've been fighting for my life with TikTok support. When I tell you I've been fighting for my life, trying to let these people know that you actually got people just making frivolous reports to just harass people for their own personal gain, child. But let them be the cause of their own demise. So the Hierophant in reverse. Okay, so rebellion, personal beliefs, free thinker, new approaches, subversion. Okay, this may be the new approach somebody outside in is probably trying to persuade you to take. You know, rebelling against the standards, rebelling against the norm, being a free thinker, going outside the box kind of thing. Probably scrapping some old ways of thinking and leaning on your own personal beliefs and probably grabbing the reins based on that. So, Knight of Swords in reverse. So, missed opportunities, unfocused, rude, abuse, arrogant, tactless, self-doubt. This may be some of the characteristics that you need to make the new approach to go around. Hey, y'all. Hey. It might be because the standard way or the regular way isn't working. So, in order to take a new approach that you probably don't want to take, that outside looking in, somebody is probably advising you to take, so you can get around these obstacles, the obstacles of the Knight of Swords in reverse. So the missed opportunities, the being unfocused, the rude, abuse. This gives me callous kind of mentality. Sorry, y'all, this is my vacuum. Okay, so yeah, tactless and self-doubt. So a lot of times you can't go with the ordinary. Sometimes you literally have to rebel against what's being presented to you and think outside the box and try a whole different approach. Mind you, new approaches in reverse, so I don't think this is something that you want to do, maybe something that you're turning down, but I think an outside energy looking in is probably telling you got to think outside the box. You have to take this new approach to achieve whatever it is you're trying to achieve. Okay, so unalive in reverse, resisting change, stagnation, fear of new beginnings, repeating negative patterns, decay. I feel like this is some energy that you trapped in. Trying to get around this Knight of Swords in reverse kind of characteristics. Okay, you're being resistance to the change, but mind you, it's just it's not even really changing. It's really overcoming these obstacles, thinking around these obstacles, trying to go around them. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not even really just changing anything you're doing. It's changing the way that you're thinking so you can outsmart the obstacle. That's the new approach. Okay? It's thinking outside the box. Okay, let's see. Four Swords upright. So rest, relaxation, contemplation, peace, contemplation, recuperation, rejuvenated, sanctuary. You know what this is giving me, y'all? So new approaches in reverse. You don't want to take a new approach. It's because you in your sanctuary. You in your rest phase. This gives me the energy. If it's too hard, you don't even want to fight for it. This gives me the energy. If it's too complicated, you don't even want to bother with it. But it's really not complicated. It's just really outsmarting the negative energy. Okay? It's outsmarting the energy that's trying to stop you. That's all it is. It's really no extra work. It's really just mental gymnastics. You pushing the limits with your mind, out thinking. What's stopping you from missing opportunities? What's stopping you from being unfocused? What's treating you rude, abusively? What's approaching you with arrogance? Okay, what's coming at you that's tactless, without tact? Okay, what's causing you this self-doubt? Okay, pulling back into your sanctuary ain't gonna get the job done, because when you come out that sanctuary, these problems still gonna be there. Okay, sometimes you got to do the hard work and change the way you're thinking. Okay, if you change the way you're thinking, what you're doing will follow through with that. So you don't even really need to make necessary changes in the physical yet. Change your thinking first, then your actions is gonna follow through with that. Okay, Four of Pentacles in reverse, giving up control, bankruptcy, generosity, reckless spending, releasing of the past, financial insecurities. Now mind you, this could be some of the obstacles that's blocking you. Okay, this could be some of the obstacles that's stopping your way, or you know what I'm saying, that's giving you pushback. Okay, but mind you, it's not really just a new approach that you don't want to do. It's just really just changing your thinking. Okay, you change your thinking, it'll change some of this for you. Okay, you won't miss these opportunities because you have, financial issues. You won't be unfocused because of something leaving you stuck in the past. You won't have to deal with rude and abuse and arrogance. You know what I'm saying, that you have to release from the past, or you know what I'm saying, You abusing your generosity. Hold on, y'all. So 10 of Cups in reverse. Unhealthy relationships, broken family, domestic conflict, separation, broken marriage, disputes, hopelessness. This is where a lot of this activity is stirring up at. It's within these unhealthy relationships. It's within these broken family units. It's within these domestic conflicts, separation, broken marriages, disputes, hopelessness. This is probably why you don't want to take a new approach towards these things, because they leave you unhappy. But once again, you don't have to take a new approach. You can really just stay in your safe haven. You just got to know how to move around this kind of energy. Okay? You got to move around this kind of energy. Because I'm even say this too. If a lot of this is stuff that you experienced in the past that you don't want to go back to, you still got to acknowledge these energies so you know how to avoid them in the future. You know, a lot of shit come back around full circle again. It does. But you got to recognize it so shit don't hold you back in the future. Once again, it's still just changing of thinking. You know what I'm saying? If the new approach that you're rejecting was in a characteristics that caused you to suffer some Four of Pentacles in reverse, that's some thinking you got to change. You got to change the thinking to keep you from going amongst spaces that have energies that possess these characteristics. Okay? If the energy was in broken family unit, maybe they caused you some Four of Pentacles in reverse. You got to change your thinking when you go around these people. Leave your money at home so you ain't got to worry about them abusing your generosity. You know what I'm saying? If it's within, how I say it, separation of a marriage, okay? You got to think smart to where this person doesn't get access to your business. So that way you ain't got to worry about them jeopardizing your financial insecurities and shit like that. You know, it's really just outsmarting the negative characteristics that you got to fight off. So 4 of Cups upright, depression, missed opportunities, blind spot, feeling disconnected, meditation, contemplation, boredom, reevaluation. To be honest, missed opportunities is on both of these cards. I think whatever it is that you don't want to take a new approach for, you're rejecting this energy. But I think rejecting this energy has literally beat you down. It's beating you down so much that it's keeping you distracted that you can't see the potential that's around you. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't even focus. You know what I'm saying? And then mind you, the contemplation could also be because you're in your rest phase. Let me break this down. A lot of times when things aren't working your way, things get too complicated and we shut down. Oh, this is too complicated. I'm gonna leave that alone. Oh, I don't want to do this. That's too, it's too tough. Every corner I turn, the door is slamming on you. But that's what's keeping you from getting access to what you need. That's what's keeping you in this negative energies, because you're not seeing results here. You got to go about this a different way. Okay? If it's within these unions, if it's within these relationships, okay, you're going to have to scratch these relationships that you're resisting to change. You're going to have to scratch these relationships and build a better union or build better relationships that work for you. That work for you. But literally being in this sanctuary phase, as far as if it's too difficult, you don't want to deal with it, that's not going to get you nowhere. You don't got to deal with this directly, but you can try a new approach and try doing something completely different. Okay? With a different social circle if you need to. Okay? Not only that, find a social circle that can build you up. Okay? Find a social circle that can help you with your pentacles. That's not going to take away from your pentacles. Okay? Find a social circle that's on the same shit that you on. That's trying to do the same shit that you doing. Going around these negative spaces ain't gonna do nothing but keep you beat down and make you not even want to get up and try again. Okay? Sometimes you got to change these environments. Okay? That's why I say like-minded people. Like-minded people gonna always encourage you. Okay? People who don't think like you, they gonna always psych your mind out, beat you down. You know what I'm saying? Make you think that you just... You know, your head is in the clouds. But meanwhile, you're sitting here missing opportunities listening to them. Things are just passing you by. Okay? Page of Swords in reverse. Scatterbrain, exhaustion, lack of planning, sarcastic, gossipy, insulting, playing mind game. This is how they keeping you beat down. But mind you, all of this is occurring in these social circles. That's why this has to change. Okay? This even gives me the energy that when you come around them, they just want you to talk about your dreams. They just want you to talk about your plans. Just so they can beat them down. They just so literally they can take away your will to try. But mind you, gotta keep reminding yourself that you on some shit they not on. They not gonna see your vision because they not on the shit that you on. What they do is they beat you down so you can go back into your sanctuary and you can stop dreaming. They want you here in this rest, relaxation, recuperation phase, because then you can't dream. Okay, but you got to change your surroundings. Okay, you got to change you change the social circle. Okay, otherwise you're not gonna get what you need to get, so you can have access to the things that you're trying to get access to. You're not gonna get it amongst these social circles, around these people, probably family or whatever. They gonna keep you here. Okay, they want to see you scatterbrained. They want to see you exhausted. They want to see you not getting nowhere, spinning your wheels, just so they can sit back and be like, see what happened when you dream? That's why we don't dream. Queen of Wands in reverse, more they energy and character, jealous, pushy, demanding, vengeful, high-tempered, selfishness, insecurity, vengeful. This is why they don't want you. This is why they want you stuck. This even give me, they want you contempt. They want you in contempt. So that way you're not aspiring to do more. They don't want you aspiring. They want you depressed. Okay, they want you miserable, disconnected, bored. They don't want you over here achieving shit. Just for confirmation, mind you, the personal card is new approach in reverse. I don't think you want to take a new approach, but I think it's because of this negative energy. I think you're really just trying to get away from this and find your own sanctuary. But there's a fire being put under your ass for a reason. There's a reason why you don't think the way everybody else thinks. There's a reason why you're thinking outside the box and trying to do everything. But the thing is these unhappy relationships amongst you aren't liking the changes. If anything, they're resisting your change because they want to keep you here. Okay, and I'm going to tell you what they intimidated by, just for confirmation. You sit in the King of Swords, upright energy, an astute man, authority and power, high standards, mental clarity, morally upright, justice, honesty, and truth. So if you already stand with this energy, they sure don't want you achieving anything. They sure don't want you accomplishing anything, because then you bring it into fruition what you already built with, what's already in you. They got intimidated by that. They don't want that. So yeah, you do need to take a new approach, but before you take a new approach, you need to scrap some of these circles that you got going on around you. All right, y'all.